Amid all of the political buzz in Karnataka, Chief Minister Siddaramaiah has now spoken out, taking to social media in a long post. He's lashed out at the BJP, calling them defeated opportunists and saying that they're attempting to go ahead and spread lies of a revolt, of a divide in the Karnataka Congress. Siddaramaiah, after that photo op, mind you, where he and DK are seen holding hands together and pumping their fists in the air, Siddaramaiah says that DK Shivakumar and I are united, we are strong, and that the Congress government will remain strong till the end. Siddaramaiah says we'll return to power in 2028 again. But mind you, nowhere in that post does Siddaramaiah say, I will remain the Chief Minister till the end of the term. He says we're together, there's no question of a divide, but at no point is Siddaramaiah clearing the air over whether there's going to be a CM change. Instead, the Karnataka Chief Minister says there's no revolt, DK Shivakumar and I are strong, we're united. So while he's dismissed reports of a revolt, not necessarily at this point suggesting that he will remain the Chief Minister till the end of the 5 years, hinting perhaps that there is a possibility of that 50-50 decision coming to the fore, meaning that for 50% of the duration of that term, you'll have Siddaramaiah as Chief Minister, and then for the next 50% of the time, it will be DK Shivakumar. Sagai Raj is joining us live from Bengaluru with more details on this. Sagai, clarity from Siddaramaiah where he says that, look, there's no question of a revolt, we're all one, we remain united, but no clarity on whether there's going to be a CM change.
Absolutely. Even Mallikarjun Kharge has categorically mentioned that it is High Command which will decide who will be the Chief Minister or who will be out of power. And he said that nobody, especially MLAs and ministers, are not allowed to speak about all these things. And the decision is not being made on the streets of Bengaluru, or it will be made in the High Command, and High Command will decide on the same. And even Chief Minister Siddaramaiah symbolically said that by holding the hand of DK Shivakumar that they are united, and also said that his government is as strong as a boulder and they need not worry about it, and they will complete 5 years of the government. But he said their government, Congress government, will complete 5 years. He didn't mention that if Siddaramaiah government will complete 5 years. And this is not the first time that he has avoided that question. Whenever we asked him about whether Siddaramaiah will complete 5 years, he said that Karnataka Congress government will complete 5 years, but he didn't categorically mention that if Siddaramaiah will complete 5 years.
Okay, thanks very much, Sagai, for joining us with those details. The indication is that, look, there's going to be no revolt. If there is going to be a change in who the CM will be, it looks like it will happen rather smoothly, or at least that's the messaging here by Chief Minister Siddaramaiah. Siddaramaiah has reassured public that he and his deputy at this point, DK Shivakumar, remain on good terms. But when the same was asked to the Congress chief, Mallikarjun Kharge, who's in Bengaluru, he just had one answer. It's in the hands of the party high command. This begs the question, who is the high command if not the AICC chief, if not for Mallikarjun Kharge himself? The Congress chief says the high command will decide. And that leads to questions on whether Mr. Kharge here is just the rubber stamp president of the Congress, and that it's actually the Gandhis who take all of the decisions in the party. Details in our report, including what Kharge said.
Amid buzz over a political shake-up in Karnataka, CM Siddaramaiah sends out a message of unity. The CM and his deputy DK Shivakumar posing for the cameras, rejecting reports of divide between the two.
ನಾವಿಬ್ರು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ದೀವಲ್ವಾ ನೋಡಪ್ಪ ಯಾರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ನಾವು ಕೇಳಲ್ಲ.
But in less than an hour, Congress chief Mallikarjun Kharge dropped a bombshell, saying the High Command will decide on leadership change. Further fueling the speculation over leadership change, DK Shivakumar met with Kharge in Bengaluru.
That is in the hands of High Command. Nobody can say here what is going in the High Command. This is left to the High Command. High Command has got power to take further actions, but unnecessarily one should not create problems.
BJP tore into the Congress, citing Kharge's statement.
I only suggest Mr. D.K. Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah, don't try to follow the path of Mr. Rahul Gandhi. You train them because you are all trained, you are matured politicians. तो कम से कम बात करने के पहले क्या बोलना चाहिए समझ के बोलने के लिए ट्रेनिंग देना चाहिए.
Meanwhile, Congress High Command's emissary Randeep Surjewala met MLAs to address their concerns over government's functioning and lack of development funds in the state. Several Congress MLAs have complained publicly about lack of funds for development work. Few even claimed that a big political churn is set to happen in the state this year and that the Deputy CM could ascend to the top job within the next 2 to 3 months.
ಹೈಕಮಾಂಡ್ ಗಮನದಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ಹೈಕಮಾಂಡು ಸೂಕ್ತವಾದ ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಸೂಕ್ತವಾದ ತೀರ್ಮಾನವನ್ನು ತಗೊಂಡು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅವಕಾಶ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ವಿಶ್ವಾಸ ನಂಬಿಕೆ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಲ್ಲ, ಈಗೇನು ಇವ್ರು ಕ್ರಾಂತಿಗೆ ಡೇಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಅದೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಇವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ. ಒಂದು 2-3 ತಿಂಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ಒಂದು ತೀರ್ಮಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ.
6 ತಿಂಗಳ ಟೈಮ್ ಹೋಗಿದೆ, ಕಡಿಮೆ ಏನಲ್ಲ. ಇದು ನಾನೇ ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟವಾಗಿ ಒಪ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ತಪ್ಪಿತಸ್ಥ. ಇದು ಸರಿಯಾದದ್ದಲ್ಲ. ಯಾವುದೇ ಸರ್ಕಾರಗಳು ಒಂದು ಹೇಳಿ ಒಬ್ಬ ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಕ್ನಿಂದ ಎಬ್ಬಿಸಿದ ನಂತರ 6 ತಿಂಗಳವರೆಗೆ ಡಿಸಿಷನ್ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ಳದೆ ಇರುವುದು ಸರಿಯಾದ ಕ್ರಮ ಅಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ಸತಕ್ಕೆ ಒಪ್ಕೊತಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ನಾವು ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗೆ ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟವಾಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ.
Bureau Report, India Today.
So what's going to happen in Karnataka in the coming weeks, in the coming months? To decode that and more, joining us on this broadcast is Sandeep Shastri, coordinator of Lokniti, and also in the political circles, the back and forth that we've been witnessing over all of this talk of a leadership change. Anand Gurumurthy of the BJP is joining us on this broadcast. Anil Tadkal, spokesperson of the Congress, also with us. Good evening, gentlemen. Thank you very much for your time. Mr. Shastri, I'd like to begin with you. What do you think, sir, is going to happen in Karnataka if there is a leadership change? You know, the Congress has said very clearly no revolt, but not really made it clear that there will be a change in the CM. If that happens, advantage, disadvantage, do you think D.K. Shivakumar is as strong a leader as Siddaramaiah?
Akshita, if you read the writing on the wall and if you read the lines between the lines that are being said, I think the environment for a change of leadership is really clearly being created by the Congress leadership. You started off by saying the wheels are turning. I agree with you, the wheels are turning, but the question is, when will they stop turning and we actually see the change happening? Politically, if the Congress wishes to make any change, it would be detrimental to their interest to do it anything beyond 6 months now, because you will have to give the new leadership time to be able to settle down. And I don't think there is a debate on who is likely to be the replacement, because that was, I think, something settled more than 2 years ago when it was decided that Siddaramaiah would become the chief minister. And the fact that Mr. Siddaramaiah has openly said that this is his last stint in power, I think any change, this seems to be the right moment, and all the signals you are getting, including Mr. Kharge saying that the High Command will take the final call. All these, as I said again, read between the lines, read the writing on the wall. It seems to suggest that the moment of change may not be too far away.
Mr. Shastri, having said that, you know, at this point, Siddaramaiah is indulging in these very active photo ops where he's holding up D.K. Shivakumar's hand in triumph to send out a message, we're united. Do you actually see that happening if there's a leadership change? Do you think Siddaramaiah will sit back and say, hey, look, it's D.K. Shivakumar's turn in the limelight to be the chief minister?
You see, holding up the hand is very much a symbolic gesture for public consumption, but ultimately, there would be a lot of backroom negotiations, there would be a lot of political bargaining, and Mr. Siddaramaiah does know that if there has been, if there has actually been a decision at the start of the term for a midterm change, He would be somebody who is anticipating that, though of course there have been several moments when it was said that the whole term would have one chief minister. But as you rightly said, today's statement does not make any reference to that. So that's why I keep saying the writing on the wall suggests a change. And yes, there will be pinpricks. Yes, there will be difference of opinion. And it would, one would be looking out to how does the high command, which the Congress president refers to, actually prevent the ruffling of feathers for any smooth change to happen.
Okay, Mr. Anil Tatkar, opening comments from you, sir. Seems to be a given right now that there is going to be a leadership change. I hope from the messages we've received, you're not going to deny that at this point in the broadcast. But who's going to take the call? I think everyone's asking right now, if the AICC president, Mr. Kharge, is not the high command, then who really is? Is this an admission that it's only the Gandhis essentially decide, who will be the chief minister in Karnataka?
See, we have to look at from the two prospects. One is from the legislators' prospect. The other one is from the High Command's prospect, as we are a national party. As Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge has clearly categorically mentioned that, like, High Command basically looks into this kind of issues, which comes as in to their kitty. So what Mallikarjun Kharge was clearly mentioning, it is the decision which will be done by the High Command with the CWC members along with the Gandhi family. Of course, there is a contribution of the Gandhi family from last 75 years for this particular party. At the same time, there is a CWC members. At the same time, there is a Congress president who basically takes a collective decision when it comes to the final decision. But end of the day, the legislators who are being elected by the people of the state will tell who is the next leader that they basically belong to. Right now, there is no discussions which is happening in the house of the Congress, but these kind of issues are basically either coming from the selective members of the legislators or from the oppositions or from the media houses. Of course, for every point, like today, I think the press meet of Mr. Sri Siddaramaiah and Sri D.K. Shivakumar has clearly given an indication what is that our state leader is looking like, and it is very clearly that, like, Siddaramaiah and D.K. Shivakumar holded their hands and told that the entire public that we are united together and we will be united together until to the last minute of this government. So as of now, there is no issues as far as the state team is concerned. So it is just a rumors which is coming in the system as of right now.
You say media houses, but the reality is, you've referred to the message from Mr. Siddaramaiah. It was very easy for him to come out also with a clarification saying, look, we'll complete 5 years with me as the chief minister. There's a reason perhaps he didn't put out that comment. Anand Gurumurthy of the BJP is also with us. Anand Gurumurthy, what do you make of what the Congress says? They say that, look, there's a whole lot of speculation, but let's be clear that we're one, we're strong, we're a united force.
See, first of all, I want to make one clarification here. It is Mr. Firoz Gandhi's family, okay, which is being referred to here. Okay, Nehruji, I don't know how these people come up with these statements, but anyway, let them continue their this thing. But what I want to tell here is this kind of functioning that Mr. Siddaramaiah and his coterie, they do all kinds of drama every day. And along with that, the Deputy CM starts some statements. And every day they confuse people. From the last 2.5 years, since they came into power, and even before that, in the election campaign, they confused people, came to power. And now they are confusing their MLAs on a daily basis. The MLAs are so fed up, including, leave the opposition MLAs, the Congress MLAs themselves, they're not getting any development funds. And the MLAs in Karnataka especially, every day hundreds of people are flocking to their houses and asking them questions regarding, road development, regarding irrigation related issues, regarding so many agriculture related issues, and nobody is there to answer. And here, these people, they talk about high command. Mr. Surjewala comes here. There's an auction going on for the CM seat in Karnataka. This is what BJP has to say. Okay, and we are fed up.
No, what are you leveling that allegation on? What are you basing it on to say it's an auction that's going on right now?
Mr. Surjewala comes here and then, discusses how well they are going to, feed the party at the central level, as he said, Mr. Firoz Gandhi's family or something like that. They will decide, okay, this man will get the chief minister's spot. It's not the Karnataka Congress MLAs who are deciding who their chief minister will be. It's not Karnataka Congress MLAs who are telling what kind of benefits the people will get to their doorstep or how the assembly constituencies will develop. It's only somebody sitting there in Delhi who's pulling the strings for their own benefits and, sucking blood from Karnataka people. That's what they're doing. That's what Congress is good at, and that's what they're doing. Whoever becomes the chief minister, okay, it doesn't matter to the people now because they're fed up with Congress in Karnataka.
Okay, Anil Tadkal, your response to the point made by the BJP on governance taking a hit. For the last months, I would say, we've seen all of the talk of a tussle between the chief minister, between the deputy chief minister and the chief minister, of factions being made within the Karnataka Congress. And so there have always been questions about whether governance has been taking a backseat in all of this power tussle that's been going on.
I would like to clearly tell my friend Mr. Anand that, it is the Mr. Etnal from the Bharatiya Janata Party who has been tendering the CM seat when they were in power for 2,500 crores. There is no discussion of money, or there is no discussion of any of these kind of activities which is being told by Mr. Anand, who is my dear friend. But I would like to very categorically tell this is the only state in the entire country today who is actually selling out nearly about 58,000 crores for the first time direct benefit schemes to the government of for the state of the people. So here I would like to tell that today the BJP are living in the illusion that they are sitting in the they are telling that the Congress government is not being able to do far, or probably they are relying on their high command. I would like to ask one simple question to Mr. Anand. Today, whatever the BJP today the BJP at least has 6-7 powerhouses. If you look at Vijayendra is one powerhouse that is with his father, and Mr. Prahlad Joshi is another powerhouse who is sitting in the Delhi and doing a lobby for the state power. And there is another power which is from the RSS, which is trying to pull back Mr. Vijayendra. And there is another power from the center where Mr. Amit Shah and Narendra Modi is basically heading the show. And there is one more power where there is a mix of power with power, that is Mr. Santosh Ji, as well as
how does all this cater to the government?
I'll give you a chance to respond. Just hold on. Let Anil finish.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to tell you is today they are under the confusing state. Today the entire Karyakartas, the cadre of the RSS or the cadre of the Bharatiya Janata Party is under mess. So
no, but Anil, answer my question, please. Sure, you've had your say about what the BJP is alleging here, but answer my question about whether governance is taking a hit. Even today, you've had Congress MLAs, after meeting with Mr. Surjewala, coming out and saying that, look, the grouse that we raised is that we have no funds. Funds are not reaching us for development in our constituency.
Yeah, can I just intervene here? So I would like to make point very clearly. There is no mention of any minister by any of these legislators. Point number one. Point number two, they were very clearly saying that. Hello, am I audible?
Go ahead. We can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you. Please tell us everything about the administration. We love to hear.
So what they basically meant, there was some sort of an issue from the officers, and wherein they wanted to get clarified. And today Mr. Surjewala is on a regular routine work. He comes every 6 months once and try to understand where exactly there is a loophole in the system from the legislative point of view, at the same time at the minister point of view. So he's in a regular process who is doing a regular correction. But what we are trying to tell you is we are the only state in the entire country which is giving such a high amount as a direct.
That is not administration. That is a direct benefit transfer. Please understand the difference between direct benefit transfer.
No. Let me just.
Is that administration?
Okay, Anil, I'll come back to you. Let Anil now respond.
Okay,
Anand, go ahead.
Anil, that is not even, what you're talking about is direct benefit transfers. Every government across the world does that, okay? But what I'm talking about is
show me one government which is selling out 58,000 crores.
Please. Okay, please. From the national government also, many schemes are there. Every government does that.
No, but the national government transfers.
Please, Anil, don't waste time. Let me ask you
one at a time, please. Anil, just hold on. Let Anil finish his point, then we'll come across to you. Nobody will be able to understand what either of you are saying. Gentlemen, hold on.
State which is distributing the GST money to you.
Anil, please hold on. Anand, respond.
Anil, wait a second. Tell us about the road conditions in Bangalore. Tell us about the issues that farmers in Karnataka are facing due to heavy rainfall. Tell us about the coastal area, the land drifts that are happening and what the government is doing. Where is the governance model in Karnataka? Nobody knows. In fact, as the Deputy Chief Minister and as Bangalore in charge, Mr. D.K. Shivakumar himself has told many times there's no money for anything. As Home Minister, Mr. Parameshwar has clearly told that even there is a diesel shortage sometimes in police vehicles. That is the kind of thing. Rapes are happening, murders are happening, bodies are getting thrown into BBMP vehicles overnight, and nothing is happening. Everywhere the police, has become, the police stations have become revenue officers or
Anand, we are not in
Where is the
Uttar Pradesh or
administration?
Hold on, Anil, just hold on, please. Hold on. Nobody can hear you if we speak over each other.
Anil, basically all these are administrative defects because of infighting in your party and because of, making your some family happy, with money or some kind
Anil,
of thing,
quick response, and then I want to bring in Mr. Shastri. Anil, respond.
I would like to tell Mr. Anand that Anand is not living in Bihar or Uttar Pradesh, wherein there is this kind of situation is not arrived at, and this is the state wherein no, we are not making it. You people have already done Bihar and Uttar Pradesh. Let me tell you.
Okay, now I'm going to press pause on this.
Let me tell you.
Yeah, I'm going to press pause on this political fight. Before I bring in Mr. Shastri, I'd like to just take a look right now on whether we're going to be seeing infighting playing out if there is a leadership change. Take a look at really what Team Siddaramaiah versus Team D.K. Shivakumar looks like. This is within the cabinet of the ministers. Now, mind you, there are many ministers right now who are neutral, in the sense who are okay with whichever way this goes and will essentially go with whichever way the High Command goes. But there are some leaders who are clear loyalists in the cabinet. In Team Siddaramaiah, you have ministers like Mahadevappa, Satish Jarkiholi, Dinesh Gundu Rao as well. These three ministers are known to be loyalists to Chief Minister Siddaramaiah. So if there is a change in leadership, will they be okay, or will they be even removed from the cabinet because of their loyalty to Siddaramaiah? Under D.K. Shivakumar, if you look at the list of ministers who are clearly on his side, who've been batting for him, Lakshmi Hebbalkar is one of them. You have also Shivanand Patil as well as D. Sudhakar. These are names who we've identified as pure, staunch loyalists who perhaps also reached the level they have because of help from their leaders, Siddaramaiah, in some cases D.K. Shivakumar and others. Now remember, besides these, there are many other ministers who are largely on the fence, will go whichever way the High Command tells them to go, who are neutral in this circumstance. So looking at this, Mr. Shastri, do you think that if there is a change in leadership, it will happen smoothly, or there will be some rumblings in the cabinet? There's no doubt that whenever D.K. Shivakumar takes over, and I'm not saying if, but I'm saying when he takes over, there will be a lot of changes that he will bring about as well to bring in his loyalists into the cabinet.
Akshita, that would all depend upon how the leadership of the Congress at the national level initiates these changes, responds to what possibly Siddaramaiah would be expecting. As you rightly said, I don't think the ministers would take sides. They would look at the cues that the High Command provides. They would be more interested in continuing in the ministerships themselves. So that would be top priority for them. And Akshita, one small point, and this has been the tragedy of Karnataka, whether it's been the BJP in power or now the Congress in power, legislators who do not become ministers become dissidents and are the ones who keep raising the bogey of rebellion. We saw this in the previous government. We are seeing it in the present government. If there is a leadership change, and as you said, when there is a leadership change, I think the hope of a citizen of Karnataka is that the focus once again goes back to governance and not remain on who is the leader. Because I think for too long has time been lost in fighting over leadership. And I think it's time that the governance, which seems to have taken a backseat, once again comes to the fore, because at the end of the day, that's what the people of the state would expect.
And I hope both Anand and Anil are listening to this, because this is what the Bengaluru wants. This is what every person in Karnataka wants. Anand, as much as right now you're talking about indecisive leadership, governance taking a hit, many would point fingers at the BJP as well, saying this is exactly what governance in the BJP also look like, with challenges in the leadership.
One thing is very clear. In BJP, whatever the challenges are, we don't hide it. We don't say that this is a challenge, we are great, we are, listening to high command. All this doesn't happen in BJP. Whatever has come out has been dealt with. And whatever will come out in the coming days also, it will be out for the people to see. And we as a party, we believe only in one thing. If somebody is elected as a president, as long as we are a karyakarta of the party, we have to stand with the president unless and until there is a change in the party stand. Now, again, all this doesn't come into Congress kitty itself. Okay, they run the show in a very different way. They elect somebody like Surjewala, who doesn't even know Karnataka well. He comes here, he decides everything for Karnataka people, and they call that administration. And they say that MLAs don't even have a say. That's why MLAs are questioning them. And still, Congress spokesperson or anybody you talk to, anybody in Congress. In fact, if Mr. Siddaramaiah has to answer in the assembly, he clearly says, if Siddaramaiah or D.K. Shivakumar ji, they clearly tell that we have 134 seats. We will do whatever we want. Who is there to question? BJP can't question us. JDS can't question us. People of Karnataka can't question us. Even our own Congress MLAs can't question us. This is how they are running the show in Karnataka. And I don't think, okay, if Anilji is telling, okay, I am in some kind of a heaven and I don't see the actual practical things, I think he has to relook at what his administration is doing and how far the Karnataka state is falling behind other states because of the bad administrative things.
No, you're saying Karnataka is falling behind. Give us details, Anand. How is Karnataka falling behind?
See, number one, if you see if you see this thing, 3 lakh crore budget is what Siddaramaiah ji presented in last April. Okay, and if you see the kind of budget they present and the way things are getting done, roads very poor. Whatever comes under state administration, horrible. Okay, then coming to the revenue department, they came up with something called as an e-Khata. Everywhere people are under confusion and people have to deal with some agents. They have to pay money and get things done. Then any kind of benefit scheme, there are long queues where agents are there who will take money from people and then put you into a scheme. Any scheme, Grolakshmi scheme, this scheme, that scheme. Then coming to the free buses scheme that they have introduced. Free buses scheme they introduced, but you see the number of buses have come down because there's no maintenance of old buses, because of which school students, college students who have to go around, there are small villages from where people go to the towns to colleges and schools. They're not able to even reach there. Okay, this is the kind of administration. In fact, under Siddaramaiah's rule, if you see today, as on today, many girls are not able to go to colleges and schools. And these people.
Okay, you've highlighted a couple of issues. Anil, your response right now, if there is a change in the leadership, if you see a chief minister change from Siddaramaiah to D.K. Shivakumar, can you assure that it will happen 100% smoothly with no bickering? Because even before that, we're already seeing very public statements being made.
See, I would like to first like to answer to Mr. Shastri. What he was mentioning was when it comes to states like Karnataka always has a problem with administrative because some legislators rise up their voice in the when they come into power. I completely disagree with that. Of course, it should not be disturbing the governance. I completely agree at one point when Mr. Shastri said that it should not disturb the governance. And, either it was in a BJP tenure, either it was in a Congress tenure, there was no disturbance for the governance because when the minority government are there, yes, it is going to certainly disturb the governments. But if it is a major government, when it has a sufficient numbers, of course, we will have authority. The Constitution has given the power to rise up the voice. The Constitution has given us the freedom to express our free feelings towards the legislators, what they do towards their ministry or towards the CM. There should not be any, doubt that has to be raised. It is not a UP or Bihar, wherein one particular captain is leading the team and the rest of the all legislators are shutting their mouth and running with what the captain says. The Constitution says, you are free to tell or free to express what they are, because end of the day they have been elected by their people. And coming back to my friend's argument, Mr. Anand was clearly telling that there are some mid people or probably like dalals who are basically intervening in some of the direct benefit schemes. I would like to tell Mr. Anand very clearly, when you are basically the government itself is directly crediting the account money to their account, where is the question of corruption? Where is the corruption? Where is the question of Mr. Middleman? And when it comes to the transport system, what Mr. Anand was mentioning, nearly 70% of the buses are supposed to be refurbished because all these buses are running with the as per the pollution guidelines. They are all supposed to be scrapped. Yes, we have already ordered many buses, and there are shortage of buses across the country. So, it is not only the state.
I appreciate, Anil, that you respond to that question. of
no,
Anand.
let
I've
me-
run
let
out
me-
of time. I've
let
run
me-
out of time. You know, we'll
I'll
go
just-
on with this
just wanted to-
BJP
Anand,
versus
we-
Congress showdown. I
Anand,
want to
we-
give the
may-
last word to Mr. Sandeep Shastri. Mr. Sandeep Shastri, if we see this leadership change happening in the next few months, do you think D.K. Shivakumar is as strong a leader as Siddaramaiah that, you know, in a few years from now, when you see elections, it will be under the leadership of D.K. Shivakumar then? Is he as strong as Siddaramaiah to pull off a win for the Congress in Karnataka?
Akshita, that's a tough question. If and when that change happens, it would depend upon the type of governance he takes forward. And let's remember, Karnataka has always had a revolving door policy of every 5 years having a change in the ruling party. So, if he were to become the chief minister, he definitely would lead the party into the elections. And the fact that he was the KPCC president when they won last time, I think leadership has been demonstrated, but then will it lead to a success? That's a totally different question and a byproduct of the political circumstances you have at that point of time.
Okay, so we'll see what plays out. Coming weeks, coming months are going to be very, very interesting in Karnataka. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining me on this broadcast. Mr. Shastri, Anand Gurumurthy and Anil Tadkal, thank you very much for your time here on India Today.